Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at how AI and automation are transforming marketing,
Right.
and specifically for small businesses, kind of like yours. You're trying to compete with those big companies and keep your brand, relevant, and that's exactly what we're going to try to unpack today. We've got a really cool selection of articles from Forbes, Tech Republic, Logical Position, and a few others exploring, different aspects of this whole AI revolution.
It really is remarkable how quickly AI is shifting from, like a futuristic buzzword to something marketers are dealing with every day.
Yeah. It's crazy to think that AI can personalize all this content at scale and even predict SEO trends before they even happen. And it can even help with creative design. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, how is AI fundamentally changing the marketing game?
Well, one of the biggest shifts is the move away from general marketing blasts, to these highly targeted personalized approaches. AI can analyze mountains and mountains of data, way more than humans could ever even think about handling, to understand consumer behavior at this incredibly granular level.
Granular, that's a word that comes up a lot in these articles. Can you break that down for our listener? What does that actually look like in practice?
So imagine AI knowing not just a customer's demographics, but their specific preferences, their buying habits, even their emotional responses to different marketing messages. It's like this level of insight that was impossible just a few years ago.
It's like those recommended for you sections on Amazon or Netflix. Sometimes it's so accurate, it's kind of creepy, but also impressive.
Exactly. Those platforms have totally normalized personalization. They've set this new standard for what people expect. And here's where it gets really interesting for our listeners. This isn't just for those big tech giants anymore. AI is making things more level, giving small businesses access to these super powerful tools.
That's where the potential for small businesses to really shine comes in. It's not just about keeping up with the competition. It's about actually using AI to get ahead of the competition.
And that's a super critical point. AI can help small businesses compete with the big guys by targeting the right audience with laser precision and optimizing campaigns in real time, ultimately maximizing their return on investment.
So AI is analyzing all this data and personalizing experiences better than ever before. But here's where it gets really mind-blowing. AI isn't just, analyzing data, it's actually creating things.
That's right. We're seeing AI tools popping up that can actually generate marketing copy, blog posts, social media captions, even video scripts, all based on trending topics and what's proven to be effective.
Some of these tools sound like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie. Does this mean the end of human writers and marketers?
No, not at all. It's really important to remember that AI is basically augmenting human creativity, not replacing it. Think of it like a super assistant. It can handle, that first draft, generate ideas and optimize for specific goals, but that human touch, the strategy, the storytelling, the emotional intelligence, that all stays super important.
So instead of, being afraid of AI and thinking it's going to take our jobs, we should think of it as a way to boost our own skills and make more time for the strategic stuff that really needs that human touch.
That's exactly right. AI can handle those repetitive tasks, but it's humans that bring the creativity and the critical thinking and the strategic vision that will make a brand stand out.
And speaking of things that AI can do that humans can't, let's talk about predictive SEO. The Logical Position article had a great explanation of this.
Now, it is fascinating how AI can analyze those search patterns and emerging keywords, even social media conversations, to predict shifts in user interest. Sometimes they can even do it months in advance.
It's like having a crystal ball for your marketing strategy. Imagine knowing what keywords are going to be popular before anyone else. You could create content that's already optimized for future trends. Basically, you'd stay ahead of the curve and dominate those search results.
Exactly. This proactive approach is especially useful for small businesses. By creating content that will be relevant for months to come, they can actually compete with much bigger companies in search rankings and bring in more organic traffic.
And that brings us back to our earlier point about efficiency. Imagine all the time and effort you'd save by not chasing the latest SEO trends or manually analyzing mountains of data. AI can take care of all those tedious tasks, freeing up your resources for strategy and growth.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
Ah.
AI can handle those heavy lifting, allowing small businesses to be more agile and responsive in the crazy fast digital world.
Okay, so we've talked about personalization, content creation, and predictive SEO, all really exciting stuff. But let's bring it down to earth for our listener. What does this actually look like in the day-to-day of a small business?
That's a great question, because AI isn't just about futuristic concepts. It's also about practical tools you can use right now.
Exactly. Give us some tangible examples of how our listeners could use AI in their daily marketing routine.
So picture this, you're using AI to automate your social media posts. You could create a bunch of content at once and then let AI look at your audience data and decide the best times to actually publish those posts to get the most reach and engagement.
Wow, that would save so much time.
Yeah.
Instead of like manually posting at random times, you're letting AI make sure your content is seen by the right people at the right time. What other practical stuff is out there?
Well, there are AI-powered email marketing platforms. These tools can actually divide up your email list based on things like customer behavior and preferences.
Yeah.
So you're sending personalized messages that people are more likely to open and actually do something with.
So instead of sending the same email to your entire list, you're actually sending targeted messages that make sense to each person. That should lead to better results and stronger relationships with your customers.
And remember those AI-powered chatbots we talked about? They can do customer service 24/7, answer those common questions, and even figure out if someone's a good lead before sending them to a salesperson.
That's a huge plus for small businesses that maybe don't have the people to have a full-time customer service team. It's all about giving instant support and personalized help without spending a ton of money.
And these are just a few examples. AI is popping up everywhere in marketing, from ads to content creation to customer relationships. The possibilities are pretty much endless.
It's amazing how AI is giving small businesses the tools to compete with the big companies in ways that weren't even possible a few years ago. But with all this talk about automation and efficiency, we can't forget that the human side of things is still really important.
Absolutely. AI is a powerful tool, but it's not magic. Small businesses that really succeed with AI will be the ones that find that balance between automation and human creativity.
It's all about using AI to make your strengths even stronger, not to replace them. You still need that human touch, that strategy, and that creative spark to make your brand unique.
That's where the magic happens when human creativity and AI come together. It's a win-win situation.
And that leads us perfectly into our next section, where we're going to get into some real-world examples of how small businesses are already rocking AI and their marketing strategies.
Stay tuned for some inspiring case studies and real-world applications that will show you the power of AI in the hands of a smart small business owner. So welcome back to the deep dive. We were just talking about how small businesses can actually integrate AI into their daily marketing routine. It's powerful stuff, but it can also feel kind of overwhelming. So let's break it down further with some actual examples of how small businesses are already, putting these ideas into action.
Perfect. Because real-world examples are always way more helpful than just talking about abstract ideas.
Ooh.
Let's jump into some of those case studies and see how small businesses are using AI to really make a difference.
One of the case studies we found was this e-commerce business. They were having trouble competing with the bigger online retailers. But then they started using this AI-powered recommendation engine that could look at all this customer data, like their browsing history, their past purchases, even their wish lists. And then it could suggest products that specific customers would probably like.
Okay, so it's like taking that whole personalized approach to a whole new level.
Mm.
It's not just recommending similar products, it's actually figuring out what the customer needs and wants based on how they act online. Did it work?
Oh, yeah. The results were amazing. They actually saw a 15% increase in sales just within the first 3 months of using that AI system. And what's even cooler is that a lot of those sales came from products that customers wouldn't have even found through regular browsing or searching.
That's a perfect example of how AI can uncover opportunities that you might not even see yourself. And it can help bring in more money by connecting customers with things they didn't even know they wanted. It's like having a robot salesperson working 24/7 to help people find the perfect thing.
Exactly. And this kind of AI-powered personalization isn't just for e-commerce either. There's another case study about this healthcare company. They were trying to get new patients more effectively. They were doing traditional marketing like print ads and billboards, but it wasn't really working for them.
So they decided to give AI a shot. What did they do?
Well, they teamed up with this digital marketing agency that specialized in AI-powered advertising. So the agency made these super targeted online ads that would show up for people based on their demographics, their interests in health, and even what they looked at online.
That sounds crazy targeted. It's not just reaching people in a certain area. It's actually finding people who are probably already interested in their services based on what they do online.
Exactly. And it worked really well. The healthcare company ended up spending 30% less to get each new patient. They were actually reaching the right people with the right message at the right time. And that saved them a ton of money and got way more people to sign up.
Now, that's what I call a game changer, especially for a small business that doesn't have a huge marketing budget. This just proves how AI can make every dollar count, making sure your marketing is actually doing what it's supposed to.
And it's not just about saving money and being efficient. AI can also help small businesses be more creative and innovative with their marketing. There's this travel company that was featured in one of the articles we read.
What do they do? I bet they use AI to recommend trips based on where you've been and where you want to go.
Well, that's a good guess.
Yeah.
But this company did something different. They used AI to make these dynamic ads that would actually change in real time based on trending travel spots, flight deals, and even the weather.
That's so clever. It's like having a marketing campaign that's constantly changing and adapting to what's happening in the travel world.
Hmm.
Did it work?
Oh, yeah. They got a 20% increase in bookings and revenue. Their ads were always up to date and relevant and engaging, so they caught people's attention at just the right time. It's a perfect example of how AI can make your marketing even more creative.
Those case studies are seriously inspiring. It's clear that AI isn't just hype. It's actually helping small businesses get real results in all kinds of industries. But with all these different AI tools and platforms out there, where does a small business even start?
That's a question we hear a lot. And even though the world of AI can feel overwhelming at first, you don't have to do everything at once.
That's right. Don't get caught up in trying every new AI tool that pops up. Start by figuring out what your business goals are and where AI can actually make the biggest difference.
Exactly. Ask yourself what your biggest marketing challenges are. Where are you struggling to keep up with the bigger companies? Once you know what you need, then you can start looking at AI tools that can help you solve those specific problems.
That's great advice. Don't just use AI because it's the cool new thing. Be strategic and use the tools that will actually help your business. But how do you know which AI tools are right for you?
Well, one thing you can do is look at resources that are specific to your industry. There are a lot of organizations and publications that have lists of AI tools for different types of businesses, like retail healthcare or finance.
So do your research and see what's working for other businesses in your field. That's a great way to narrow down the choices and find tools that have a good track record.
And don't forget about online reviews and software directories. Those websites let you compare different tools, see ratings from other users, and get an idea of the pros and cons before you spend any money.
That's such an important step. It's always good to see what real people are saying, not just the marketing stuff from the companies. But let's be real here. Some of these AI tools can be pretty expensive, especially for small businesses that are on a budget.
Yeah, some of those big fancy AI solutions can cost a lot, but the good news is that there are more and more AI tools that are affordable or even free, and they're specifically designed for small businesses.
Well, it's good to know. It's not like an all-or-nothing situation. You can try out AI without spending a fortune.
Exactly, and a lot of these tools have free trials or let you use some features for free, so you can test them out before you commit to a paid plan.
That's a smart way to do it.
Hmm.
Start small, try different things, and gradually do more as you learn and see what works.
Exactly. The key is to start small and learn as you go. AI is always changing, so be ready to adjust and try new things as new tools and technologies come out.
It's a journey, not a race. The important thing is to use the power of AI and see how it can help you reach your marketing goals.
Now let's move on to some specific ways you can actually use AI in your marketing. One of the most powerful areas is content creation, which we talked about earlier. We know AI can make blog posts, social media content, and even video scripts, but how do you actually use these tools effectively?
It's not just about letting AI do all the work, right? You still need that human touch and creativity.
You got it. The key is to use AI as a partner in content creation, not as a replacement for human ideas. Think of AI as like your brainstorming buddy, your research assistant, or your first draft writer.
So it's a team effort. You come up with the strategy, the creativity, and the voice of your brand. And AI helps you actually create the content more quickly and effectively.
Exactly. Let's say you're writing a blog post. You could use an AI writing tool to help you research the topic, make a basic outline, and even write the first draft. Then you come and review it, add your own thoughts and personality, and make it sound like your brand.
That's a smart way to do it. Yeah. You don't have to start from scratch, but you still have control over the final product and make sure it's true to your brand.
And AI can also help you optimize your content for SEO, which is super important for getting more people to find it organically and ranking higher in those search results.
Right. AI can look at what people are searching for, identify important keywords, and even suggest how to make your content easier to read and more appealing to both search engines and actual people.
And you can optimize all kinds of content with AI: blog posts, website, copy, social media captions, even video scripts. It's all about making sure your content is engaging and easy for your target audience to find.
So basically, you're using AI to make your content reach more people and make a bigger impact. And that's a huge advantage for small businesses that sometimes have a hard time competing with bigger companies online.
Absolutely. And remember, content creation is just one part of the puzzle. You can use AI in almost every area of your marketing strategy, from paid advertising to social media to customer relationships.
It's really amazing how AI is changing the marketing world in so many ways. We've covered a lot of ground in this section talking about how small businesses can use AI tools and strategies to compete and get great results.
In the next part, we're going to zoom out a little and look at the bigger picture. We'll explore how AI might change the marketing profession itself and talk about some really important ethical considerations.
And we're back for the final part of our deep dive into AI in marketing. We've been exploring how AI is totally changing the game for small businesses, like how it can personalize everything and even predict SEO trends. But now I kind of want to shift gears and talk about the bigger picture, the impact of AI on like the whole marketing profession.
Yeah, AI is causing a lot of people to wonder about the future of work, especially in marketing. It's a hot topic for sure.
Right. Some people are worried that AI will just replace human marketers completely, and others think it'll be a tool that actually makes human skills even more important and creates, new opportunities. What do you think?
I think it's true that AI can do a lot of the tasks that marketers are doing now, but I don't think it's going to completely replace humans. I actually think it's going to change the focus of the profession from like doing things to coming up with strategies.
So instead of spending hours on things like entering data, scheduling social media, or sending mass emails, marketers can actually focus on the bigger picture, like coming up with creative campaigns, understanding what customers really need, and building a strong brand story.
Exactly. AI can take care of the boring, repetitive stuff, so marketers can focus on what they're best at, being creative, strategic, and, connecting with people on an emotional level. In a way, AI is kind of pushing marketers to be more human, to use those skills that machines can't replicate.
That's a really cool way to look at it. It's not about AI versus humans. It's about AI and humans working together to get better results than either could achieve alone.
I totally agree. The marketers who will really thrive in this new AI world will be the ones who embrace this collaboration. They'll use the strengths of AI while also honing their own unique human skills.
This shift is definitely bringing challenges and opportunities for marketers.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to marketers who are maybe feeling a little anxious or unsure about what's coming next?
I'd say the most important thing is to never stop learning.
Yeah.
The marketing world is always changing, and AI is just making it change even faster. Stay curious, learn about new technologies, and be ready to adapt your skills to keep up with the market.
So it's not about becoming an expert in every single AI tool out there. It's more about having that growth mindset and being willing to experiment, learn, and evolve as technology changes.
And don't forget how important it is to connect with people in a real way.
Yeah.
In a world where technology is everywhere, the ability to build genuine relationships with customers is going to be even more valuable.
That's such a good point. AI can help you find the right people, personalize your messages, and make your campaigns super effective. But it's that human touch, the empathy, the understanding, the real connection that builds trust and loyalty.
So while you're figuring out this exciting new world of AI marketing, always remember to keep that human element at the center of everything you do.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the amazing things AI can do for marketing, but we also have to talk about the potential downsides. One of the biggest concerns is data privacy.
Mm.
AI systems need data, tons of data, and that data often comes from our online activity, our purchases, even our social media interactions.
Mm.
How do we balance the good stuff like personalization with the need to protect people's privacy?
That's the million-dollar question, and it's not an easy one to answer. There's a delicate balance between using data to make customer experiences better and going too far and ending up in creepy surveillance territory.
Exactly. And it's not just about what data is collected, but how it's actually used. Do people really understand how their data is being analyzed and what conclusions are being drawn from it?
Transparency is key. Businesses need to be upfront and honest about how they're using AI and data. They need to explain things to customers in a clear and simple way. It's not enough to just hide legal jargon in those long privacy policies. It's about building trust through open and honest communication.
And that trust is super important. If people think their data is being misused or taken advantage of, they're going to lose trust in brands and the whole idea of AI.
It's up to businesses to use AI in an ethical and responsible way, putting consumer privacy and data security first.
Yep.
It's not just about following the rules, it's about doing the right thing, even when nobody's looking.
It's a balancing act for sure. Using the power of AI while also respecting privacy and building trust. As we wrap up this deep dive, it's pretty clear that AI is going to totally change the world of marketing. It brings amazing opportunities for personalization, efficiency, and insights. But there are also challenges that we can't ignore.
The key is to be both excited about AI and cautious at the same time. We need to embrace its potential, but also remember its limits and always put human values first.
So to everyone listening out there, as you explore this incredible world of AI marketing, remember to stay informed, ask questions, and demand transparency for the companies you interact with.
And keep learning, exploring, and challenging the status quo. The future of marketing is in our hands, and together we can make sure AI is a force for good.
That's the perfect note to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the future of marketing. We hope you learned some valuable stuff and are feeling inspired to embrace AI responsibly and strategically.
Until next time, keep exploring. Stay curious and never forget the power of human ingenuity combined with the amazing potential of AI.